This has become a big problem. This is the standard Sprinter jack, and it can no longer lift our van. And another thing, it leaks oil, which is why I have gloves on right now. It's like lifting a little weight. Now you would think, why would Mercedes put a jack in the van that doesn't work? Well, it actually does, but we have these big tires now, and we've added a bigger suspension. So it's just too tall for what we have. Now for the second problem. When we took this out for the first time to use it, it was encased in oil, which is why we actually keep it in a plastic. That was a fail. Why we keep it in a plastic bag? It comes in this little case too. You gotta wonder, with it leaking all this oil, is it gonna fail on us? Another thing about this jack is it does have a very small base. So if you're on off-even ground or off-road, this doesn't instill the most confidence in this jack.
This gives you a little visual demonstration of what the main problem is. This jack at full extension is 25 inches. If we use the stock jack points on the Sprinter, there's two under here, one on each side, and it's basically inside of this hole. So if I stick right onto the jack point, right there is 25 inches. So we would be at complete full extension. This tire wouldn't even be off the ground at all. Not only that, but if you're using the stock jack points, you're gonna have to get to full suspension travel before this tire is even gonna come off the ground. So that was the primary reason why we purchased this Bunker Industries jack. This version actually comes with this thing, contraption, which you can actually use to lift the wheel itself. It comes with this big base, handles. You have the jack itself. It also does come with a pretty nice bag. This is the heart of the whole system, and it's a big bottle jack, but you notice it's a little bit taller. It's pretty beefy, it's kind of heavy. It's kind of a transformer, this whole system. So you've got this extension part that'll come up here, and on the back, you've got this little rod. If you wanted to quickly get to, this height, instead of having to go for 45 minutes to get up there, plus now you've got this extra height. So I do like that quick adjustment. You can just use this jack by itself in the standard normal bottle jack configuration, but in order to make it longer, you can attach this extension piece on here. And then you have a bigger foot. And then we can attach this here. One of the unique features of this jack is it also can rotate, I think up to 30 degrees. But so if you're just on a slightly uneven ground, you can actually have the jack kind of still be flat on the ground. Now that we have our base on, let's compare it to the stock jack. We have 22 inches. So, and this is without jacking this thing up at all. So you can see we've added quite a bit. And if we just add that, we're already past our original jack. This thing has that full extension, and you can see there's our 25 inches. You can see it's a lot taller. Let's see, 40 and a half. So that is really tall. Let me show you that pivoting base. So if you're on the ground, let me hold it down so we can migrate it. So if you were on a nice slope, look how angled this thing can be and still be completely flat on the ground. If this was a standard bottle jack, the thing would be sitting like that. And this can tilt quite a bit. When we were looking at replacement jacks, we noticed Agile Off-Road makes a really cool scissor jack, super robust. We just don't have any place to put it. We also noticed Owl Vans makes a jack very similar to this one. There's got a couple differences. It does come with a bigger base plate, and then also, some other differences. If you're not happy with the size of this base plate, even though it looks like it's gonna be big enough, we'll actually have to test it out. You can get something like this. This is the base plate, and it's actually made for a high lift jack. But if we put this on here, you can see that if we just cut out these sections here, it would actually then embed itself in, and then actually it would make a really nice stable base. Now, if you wanted an even bigger base and also wanted some mini traction boards, we actually saw these being demoed at the Sprinter rally we went to. And I honestly didn't have any interest in them until I saw them. Look at these things, they're cute little traction boards. But the cool part is like this one, normal. You turn it over, it's the normal base, right? You take this one, you turn this one over, and this, they call this their jack base. And they basically fill the entire thing in to give you a nice, flat, stable surface. If you're in sand, you know, you can stick that down and you have a massive place to put your jack. These boards did come with leashes, which is pretty cool. And this bag was extra. I have a hard time paying for bags, but this bag is actually made really well. It's padded. We can chuck it inside the van and not have to worry about like these things destroying anything inside the van. Let's put this down and then we'll jack up the front of the van and see how this works. So if we undo that a little bit, if we push down. So using these stock jack points, you have to get your suspension to full travel before that tire is even going to come off the ground. So you can see our tire's off the ground. We are high enough we could change it. I don't have any problems with the size of this base, especially on a hard surface like this. We'll have to try it in the sand. I was thinking this was going to be a flat test, but look at the angle of this jack. You can actually see that it's all a little bit cockeyed. That base is still nice and flat on the ground. And there was actually quite a bit more extension we could have done. So I know there are going to be some comments saying that you could lift on the axle. You don't nearly have to lift as high. And there's a spot on the front as well that you can lift, basically pushing that suspension up instead of having to go to full extension. We just wanted the option to be able to use all of the standard mount points or jack points and then have the others if we needed. Let's put this down and then we can go out onto the beach and see if this base is gonna work on super soft sand. One thing I do want to say, no one really taught me about safe jacking areas, and I put myself in a bad situation one time. Never stick body parts under the van, especially when the tire is off. Those jacks can either come down accidentally. Anything can happen. You just don't want to be anywhere underneath there. If you do have the tire off, put it on its side and stick it over. So in the event of an accident, you at least would have a fighting chance. This is the softer sand, so we'll see if the base is gonna push its way down or not. Let's jack it up a little bit and we'll get it into the right place. Okay, contact. Here we're starting fairly flat, although it's pretty cockeyed over this way, but let's just see what happens. You can see it's starting to push itself down. So you can see it's sunk down a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still fine. From this side, you can see I've got a pretty big angle on it. There you go. If you're gonna be in sand like this, you're definitely gonna wanna make sure you bring a bigger base of some kind, like those mini traction boards. Let's try the same thing with this base. And we need to get it straight up and down this time. See it squishing down. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's your answer. You can see that it pushed that side down enough where it started to pop out here a little bit, but it definitely provided a stable base. Let's lower it back down. You can see how that was lifted up pretty high. And now I have sand in a brand new jack, just for you guys. I would say mini traction boards. Not really that gimmicky, actually kind of cool when you make sure you get the jack base kind, because we can use this to help level if we needed to, if our other blocks weren't big enough. And then if you're just a little bit stuck, I don't know, it'd be interesting. So these are Maxtrax Minis. We have the full-size action tracks, and those are up there for size reference. This is another reason for the bag. If we're gonna store these inside, these are gonna be all nasty, but we'll zip it up. Should be able to keep it clean. You can see this thing, I'm holding it with one hand. It's not super heavy. It's heavy, but it's not that heavy. This kit also came with this, I don't even know what you call it. It is basically made so you can lift up the tire. So if it goes like this, and then you put your jack under here, this is where having that jack being able to go on an angle is actually pretty cool. That way you don't hit your tire. And then your jack goes into here. This way you're lifting up this tire. So say you're stuck in the sand and this thing was bottomed out, you could lift this tire up, get stuff underneath it, put it back down, and get yourself out. But Greg, I wanted to see it lift the tire. Well, you're not going to, because I don't want to risk damaging our wheels. I'm gonna save that for an emergency situation. Let's just get this thing taken apart, and I'll show you that it does have the ability to fit into the standard jack location. The threads on these actually are really nice. You didn't see it. You see how that I didn't have to really do anything crazy to get them on and off. The only complaint I've heard of is if you look, you can see the threads right there. There's no plug. So if you're just using this, like say on the back axle where this is gonna be sitting on the ground, you're gonna be jamming stuff potentially into the threads. So if you are gonna use this by itself, it'd probably be worth throwing in the kit like a little rubber pad. Very worst case, you could throw the manual for this thing down on there and then protect stuff from getting jammed in there. In order to fit this in the standard bottle jack area, you can see this thing sticks out. So we need to trim down here. I think we have some choppers in here. Okay, before you start doing this, know where your tourniquet is. Let's chop all the way up to here. In order to get this to fit, I had to chop in there, and actually it'd be best if you were able to chop a little bit more. On the side here, we chopped all the way down, flat with this part, and we accidentally kind of broke it back here, but it still works. I think we keep all the extra parts separated. We'll put those in the back. Let me show you how this thing fits in there, and just slides right back in. It's snug, but it fits in there. So what is my overall impressions? I actually am pleasantly surprised. I was a little iffy at the start because it's a newer company. I like that it's modular, being able to just use a single one, then extend it out. That's super handy. It comes with that super nice bag. I honestly haven't found any problems with it, although this is our first impressions. Shout out to Agile Off-Road. If you want to send us one of your scissor jacks, we'd love to test that out and see how it compares to something like this. One last thing, if you're not going to upgrade your jack, which may be fine for your situation, but make sure you pop that thing out, open up the bag, and make sure it actually still works, because I've heard a lot of them leaking oil. Ours did. I don't know what that means for their lifespan, so check it out before you get stuck.
A super big thanks to all of our YouTube members. We really appreciate it. You can go watch this video next. You can find us at explorertrekadventure.com, and we'll see you next time.